Centre at Nasrec. The occasion is the Johannesburg International Motor Show 2013. Welcome to the Art Bulletin. My name is Tumi Sedumedi, and thank you so very much for staying with us. Sowetans will for the first time be part of the Whisky Life Festival, which is in its 11th year. The event, which ends today at the University of Johannesburg, prides itself in bringing together the finest whiskies, great food, and a variety of entertainment, just to show you how fun and stimulating whiskey is.
We've been unbelievably amazed by how much whiskey is consumed in Soweto, and by the fact that all of our So Whiskey Academy tastings that we've been running in the build-up to the show have been completely packed out with people that just have an incredible thirst for knowledge. It's not necessarily all about the whiskey or the expense of the whiskey. People are really starting to understand the taste and to drink whiskey in the way it's meant to be consumed and really taste the flavors and everything that whiskey has to offer, which is what our show's always been about, whiskey education. So coming to Soweto for us is a logical step. Soweto is so ready for a whiskey festival.
The Goodman Gallery is showing works by Frances Goodman which explore the female perception. Her latest series, which is on display until the 9th of November, shows lower torsos of anonymous women decorated with jewels.
A lot of this work has to do with the way in which women are perceived, specifically perceived in the media and perceived in advertising as kind of objects. For Frances, the vajazzling sort of allowed her to kind of really come to terms with what it means to objectify a woman. And she admits that when she first started this project, she wanted to actually destabilize these notions of objectivity, of turning a female into an object.
If you are a live or stand-up comedy fanatic, you'll be happy to know that now more than ever is comedy season. From one-man shows to national tours, right through comedy sessions and comedy movements, South Africa's funniest people are hardest at work right now. Seriously Funny is a one-man show by Darren Moll taking place at the Mardi Gras Carnival City every Friday until the 29th of November at 8 o'clock. Eugene Khoza's Pardon Me takes place at the Gold Reef City on the 8th and 9th of November. Trevor Noah's national tour is at the Baxter Theatre in Cape Town until the 1st of November. Emmy-nominated Tall S. Mo will take his one-man show to Emperor's Palace on the 20th and 21st of November. At the Elizabeth Snedden Theatre in Durban, Mark Banks will do the tickling from the 6th to the 24th of November. Riyad Musa is at the Bazen Iadab Centre in Benoni on the 1st of November and then at Lodium Civic Centre the next day. Jomasa Comedy Club will showcase new talent every Thursday night at the Players Restaurant and Bar at the River Club in Observatory in Cape Town. At the age of 24, Soweto-born and raised Nonhlanhla Mnisi has written 4 books. Her recent launch title, 4 Books at 24, looked at how this young woman has used life's little obstacles and challenges to make her mark using literature.
The first book is about, it's a motivational poetry. The second book, it's my life story. The third book is a short story of somebody else's life who's actually a cancer survivor. And the last book is a motivation book. Currently working on book number 5 and 6, different things, you know. Book 5 is on the fact that it is possible for one to be a great husband, but not a great man, you know, to be a great woman, but not a great partner. So that's what the 5th book is about. So it's different things, and it's not only myself that writes on that, but different people get to contribute. I believe it was a matter of being at the right place at the right time, and also it had to do with the fact that I had to let go of my full-time job, and therefore I was able to focus on it full-time, you know, the writing strictly.
The first fair of contemporary African art outside of the continent has ended on a high note in London's Somerset House. More than 70 artists were presented at the 1.54, which is named after the number of countries in Africa.
Based on the first few days and the people and the review and the excitement of the first days and the people coming and buying and the collectors, I know for sure that there's a huge appetite for contemporary African art.
With exhibitions like this or art fairs like this, Africa will begin to find more of a voice on the international scene. In the past, African art was not admitted into modern canons or modern discourse, but right now things are changing. And they're beginning to see a very, very distinctive flavor of modern African art, where you still have the abstraction, the expressionism of Africa coupled or fused with Western techniques. So you're beginning to see that now, and I think that is why, you know, there's so much interest, so much attention now that's coming on to contemporary and modern African art now.
40 artists who were part of this year's Sanlam Private Investment National Portrait Awards are exhibiting their works at the UJ Gallery in Johannesburg. The Joburg leg of the National Touring exhibition ends on the 13th of next month. It then heads to Cape Town before heading to Durban.
As you will see in this exhibition, most of the works are pretty much traditional works. There are a few that push the boundaries or ideas of portraiture, but I think largely everybody accepted that a portrait had to be a sort of head and shoulders thing. There are one or two other pieces where you have a full-scale figure. The winning work, for instance, is a nude figure. There were very few nude paintings, in fact. And what was interesting is how many people actually did very close-up work. So you'll see in this exhibition 2 or 3 works which are larger than life, and that alone has its challenges when you're painting. So on the one hand, it's quite conservative, I would admit, and a lot of contemporary artists will bring up that point.
The In Your Pocket series is a world popular tourist guide series which details monuments, sites and activities in 100 European cities. Johannesburg is the first African city to be granted publishing rights by In Your Pocket. The In Your Pocket guide series uses independent, well-researched content that gives an insider's view of the city, concisely packaged in an attractive A5 magazine with detailed listings on all the top visitor attractions and events taking place in a city. The guide series is popular the world over and is finally in Africa, starting with Johannesburg. As of February 2014, Johannesburg In Your Pocket will be distributed to business and leisure travelers at top-end hotels and guest houses throughout Johannesburg. It will be made available inside hotel rooms or handed out at the front or concierge desks. Copies will also be distributed through selected bookshops and specialized stores. The print guide is edited by newspaper journalist and blogger Laurence Bantman. And that's how the Art Bulletin cookie crumbles today from the Johannesburg International Motor Show. We're back again tomorrow morning, but if you'd like to keep in touch till then, we are at the Art Bulletin at sabc.co.za by email. You can also check out our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.